I create prosperity in my life. I notice prosperity all around me. Prosperity is mine, and I choose to live it. I create prosperity easily and effortlessly. Prosperity is within me. Prosperity is around me. I enjoy my prosperity and share it freely with the world. All resistance to prosperity has dissolved in total grace. My prosperity is unlimited. My success is unlimited now. I was prosperous, am prosperous, and will always be prosperous. I always have whatever I need. The universe takes good care of me. My life is full of love and joy, and all the material things that I need.
Okay, bye.
Prosperity within me, prosperity around me. I allow all good things to come into my life, and I enjoy them. I let go of all resistance to prosperity, and it comes to me naturally. Prosperity surrounds me, prosperity fills me, and prosperity flows to me and through me. I am a magnet for money. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. I move from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking, and my finances reflect this change. I now draw from the abundance of the spheres my immediate and endless supply. All channels are free. All doors are open. I now release the gold mine within me. I am linked with an endless golden stream of prosperity, which comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Prosperity of all kinds is drawn to me now. Compliments are gifts of prosperity, and I accept them graciously. Every day, I grow more financially prosperous. I have prosperity, and I attract it naturally. The whole universe and entire mankind is conspiring to make me prosperous and abundant. I deserve all good in my life, and that includes prosperity. My income is constantly increasing, and I prosper wherever I turn. I believe that I have the right to be prosperous and successful. I am abundant, healthy, and happy, and live in prosperous ways. I deserve to prosper in everything I do. It is so easy to open to prosperity. I can be prosperous. I was prosperous, am prosperous, and will always be prosperous. Every day in every way, I am becoming more and more prosperous. All resistance to prosperity dissolves away. Prosperity flows to me at all times, in all ways. I allow prosperity. My prosperity prospers others. I trust the universal spirit of prosperity to provide richly for me now. I accept prosperity and abundance into my life. My beliefs create my reality. I believe in my unlimited prosperity. My prosperity thoughts create my prosperous world. I speak of success and prosperity. My words uplift and inspire others. I give thanks that the prosperity that is mine by divine right now pours in and piles up under grace in perfect ways. My prosperity is unlimited. My success is unlimited now. Everything and everybody prospers me now, and I prosper everything and everybody now. I love the highest and best in all people, and now draw the highest, best, and most prosperous-minded people to me. The prospering truth now sets me free. I am destined to find prosperity in everything I do. I know there is ample prosperity for all. Prosperity now happens to me. I let go of all resistance to prosperity, and it comes to me naturally. I am worthy of receiving prosperity now. Prosperity and abundance surround me. I attract prosperity with each thought I have. I have everything I need right now to accomplish everything I want. The riches of the universe come to me effortlessly. I am a lucky, happy, healthy, and successful person. The possibilities of the universe are flowing to me. I live a charmed life. I am safe, and all my needs are met. I already have everything I need. I have everything I need to get everything I want. I deserve the good life. I deserve to be happy. I give generously and receive graciously. My prosperity contributes to the prosperity of others. I am eager to give more than I am paid for. I respect my abilities and always work to my full potential. I am a positive resource, and people want to do business with me. Golden living, loving, well-being is mine. All my properties are cash flow positive. I will be productive and prosperous today. I am prosperous in everything I do. Abundance is mine. I am living an abundantly happy life. I can see abundance everywhere around me. I absolutely attract abundance. I believe that more abundance is coming to me now. Abundance is within me. Abundance is around me. The universe wants me to have great abundance. I am easily led to the abundance I desire. I am deserving of abundance, no matter what. I allow the universe to bless me with great abundance now. My good now flows to me in streams of success, happiness, and abundance. I am so grateful now that I possess abundance.
Good morning.
I deserve.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good
Good
morning.
morning.
So
Hi, everybody.
I had Miriam wake me up this morning because okay, so I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Since we've started, okay, so on Sunday night I couldn't sleep. And I said, well, why am I not sleeping? Like, what's going on? Why can I not sleep? I usually don't wake up this early, right? Maybe once a week. And I couldn't sleep on Sunday. Last night I couldn't sleep again. And I said, well, whoever's thinking of me just better go to bed. It must have been my anxiety or something, because I put my alarm last night and it was 5:30. It rang this morning. I stopped it. And then I hear Miriam's text like, good morning. And I go, oh my God. So I said, I'll be done in 10 minutes. And I was looking at the time, and exactly in 10 minutes I was done. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's a lot of people because the energy shifted this week. A lot of people are sleepy.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, Neptune's making people sleep, be dreamy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I
As above, so below.
am beginning to give credit to slowly to tap into astrology, and I don't tap into it like wanting to know about it, but as I hear of it and I check with myself, I go, yeah, I feel in chaos. Yeah, I feel sleepy. I seem to agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, what I love about it is you can know ahead of time, so you can prepare. And then you know it's not you. You know, it's not you. It's just, hey, it's just energy. It's not me.
It's the moon. It must be the moon. Last night I was blaming the coffee, and I said, could it be? Well, I'm going to blame it on the moon this time. It's the And it's the moon. Oh, okay. So I have good things this morning that I want to share with you all. Okay. I know that Tina, you sent me a text yesterday and you asked me, can I ask questions? Can we ask questions? Can we participate and get involved with a lesson? I have given these lessons about an hour and a half. You know me, I love to talk and I love to share and I love to give. But here's what I'm going to do. If my lesson finishes early, then we're going to allow for questions and interactions. But I thought it might be best for me to just bring in the value. And then when, let's see, people coming in and people leaving. And then as we move along, we'll see how the time goes. And I'll allow for questions at the end. If not, on Friday, I thought about having more of a question day. So you will have the chance to ask me questions. I am going to say this. I had someone yesterday, a prospect client, and I don't know why, but I ended up being 45 minutes on the phone, and all I did was teach for 45 minutes. And the person said, "Can I just stay with you on the phone?" And I said, "No, you can't. I've got to eat. I've got to go." I love listening to you. I said, "Well, that's all I do all day, talk." So on Friday, I'm going to allow you all to ask questions. You can actually maybe jot them down as I teach so you don't forget. All right, I'm going to do a short recap. It's 7 o'clock, so this lesson might take longer than yesterday. If you have any place to go or anything to do, you can just leave. I do have these recorded, so I can send them through your emails. I already have your emails stored in, so I will send them through your email today. We'll keep up with that as well. Okay, so yesterday we talked about bless and release. And personally, I have to tell you, maybe because of the moon as well, I felt quite calm, quite relaxed. And the session yesterday touched me in such a way that it never touched me before. Or maybe I shouldn't say never, it did many, many years ago. So for me, bless and release yesterday, it had a great impact because after the session for about an hour and a half, I sat in this chair and I could not leave. So the energy was so pure, so clean, so intense. I had no shadowed thoughts, right? The worry, the monkey mind was not there. So in my journal here, where I have my notes for my lessons, I began to write and to write and to write and to write. And just to give you a little bit of insight in what was going on with me yesterday, I'm going to say this. I put down and I said identity or old ideas, because ideas come from create identity, identity. And we want to let go of the previous identity. We're here to shed the skin, as if to say, or to remove this coat and put another. As I said before, I do believe that our images are stored in actually the physical body. Those images that we visualize, they're stored in the physical body. Neville Goddard says that this body is the coin of heaven. The cells in our body are the coin of heaven. So if you think of it, the coin of heaven is it's who you are, right? Because you are money, you are worth, you're priceless, so to speak. So all those ideas that you have, which ideas turn to images. You think in images, and those images are stored, and that's that coat. If you think about Joseph, he had that coat of multicolors. He was a dreamer, he was a visionary, he was a leader. And so these visions make us a leader, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, and how that equals money. So I said yesterday, God, as you shine your awareness on me, bring out the old me so that I may let go of her, so that I may be a clean vessel for you or for my good. 3 things stood out to me. And again, these just come out. I don't sit there and I don't think, I don't stress. So as to identity, this is what I wrote down. Procrastination is fear. Self-sabotage is fear plus love, because self-sabotage sounds like, yeah, I would like to do this, but I don't have the money, right? You're starting with the positive and finishing with the negative. If you remember, I had a TikTok lesson, I don't know, many hours I was on it. And I said that God begins with the end in mind. So you say, I would love to have this car. That's the end. But then you finish with the beginning, with what you started. I have no money. Since God starts with the end in mind, you must finish with the end in mind. We begin and end with God in mind, or with our ideal, idea, identity. We must finish with that in mind. But we finish with fear. So we start with love and finish with fear. And then freedom, to me, it's love. And to have an identity of love is to have a mindset of freedom. We think about our spirit. And I was saying this to my daughter yesterday, and I said, if we are an infinite being, I said, there's infinity. And on this infinity, there's more infinite identities that we can choose to experience. In fact, we go from identity to identity throughout the day. We shift because of our consciousness keeps shifting. We're switching identities at all times throughout the day. So these three major areas of life, when you hear, and I've seen John Ossoff teach on procrastination. I've never been on that lesson, or self-sabotage, but I've learned from my coach. She introduced me to self-sabotage. She said, oh, that's what you're doing. I said, well, what is that? She goes, well, for example, you enter in a relationship, but you sabotage all of them. It's nice and good in the beginning, but then you just have a way of leaving them. Like you don't stay there too long, right? You find something to think about, something to worry about, and you sabotage yourself. So procrastination is fear, is introducing ideas of fear. What if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't work? What if I'm not good enough? Self-sabotage is, I'm good enough. It's a non-decisive mind. And that's why I was teaching this prospect last night. I said, an undecisive mind thinks about the good and the bad. It lives life in the 3D and 4D. And a man that is never yes or no, in the middle, undecisive, shall not receive anything from God, will not receive anything from God. So you cannot receive your manifestation or your desire because we self-sabotage. You will not have the ideal relationship, the ideal business, the ideal family, the ideal friendships, because we self-sabotage. They will come, but they will go. I remember Michael Beckwith said, you can manipulate energy and you can attract what you want. But if you are not in that vibration, you're not willing to raise vibrationally and stay there, you're going to lose what you attracted. And that is self-sabotage. In essence, we are a double-minded person. And how do you eliminate self-sabotage? You love yourself. You create an identity of self-love. And self-love has to do with being a leader and a visionary. And I'm going to share with you today what that means. To me, self-love means being a leader. And through my personal stories, I am being revealed from within that a leader is somebody that loves himself or herself. To have the spirit of a leader is to love yourself. A leader or a visionary is the CEO of her life, his life, the CEO of your company. And in essence, a leader trusts more and believes more in the 4D than the 3D. That's what a leader is. And that's love, or that's freedom. Because in the spirit, we are free. In the body, we are contracted or limited. And what limits us is the money. But in the spirit, you can go in imagination, because money is not of essence, in essence, right? As a spirit, we as energy or thought about practices, your thought is stronger and more powerful than a laser. It can penetrate through steel. In essence, you can see yourself there on the beach where you were 3 months ago, 5 months ago. There's freedom in the spirit. In the body, there isn't. And what we're doing with manifestation, we are taking ourselves beyond the physical body, because where you go in imagination as a leader, so you're leading the body, right? That is where you will also go in the flesh. So you're breaking doors, you're opening doors in the spirit before you open them in the physical. And that's why leaders and visionaries see beyond the physical. So to love yourself is to set yourself free. To set yourself free, it's obviously going in the spirit first and open the doors before you get there. I remember, and I told this man last night, and I said, when God has called me to teach, he said, I have called you. I said, great. I must be losing my mind, because I'm here going towards a store or trying to open the door, and I hear, I have called you. And I look behind and I said, well, there's nobody around. And I have sent you. Okay, great. Who is talking to me, and where have I been called, and where am I being sent? Send you to my people to break the chains of darkness. I have called you. I have called you to break the chains of darkness. That's what it was. I have called you to break the chains of darkness, and I have sent you to my people to show them how to break the gates of bronze. And I go, alrighty then. Now that's a Bible verse. And I wasn't reading the Bible. After that, I went through the darkest night of my soul. So I've called you to break the chains of darkness. God wanted to show me how to break the chains of anxiety, fear, and depression, and then take those keys, learn of those principles, and then bring them to others. No wonder people say, I can listen to you for hours. It soothes the soul. It renews the mind. I have a friend, and she says, I can listen to you forever. Last night, she said, please, if it's 12 minutes message, it doesn't matter. Just talk to me. I had people taking me out in hotels, and I had someone say, I would sit at your feet and listen all night. And I thought, well, that's God's voice, because people in the Bible said that they were sitting at his feet. And that's an honor, but it's exhausting, because I talked for hours during the night. Just so you know some of the things and what I've been through. So identity, for me, obviously it's important, because identity is ideas. As you can see, my mind is filled with these ideas. I want to know more and more the mind of God, who God is, in essence, who we are, and how God operates. And yesterday I said, right, what is my biggest fear? Because if there's fear and love is like having dirty, murky water, right? And a little bit of poison poisons the whole glass. And one of my biggest fears is not being in control over my life and having others having more power over me. And that's what it is. No matter if it's people or things, if we feel that we have no control over them, that's the biggest fear. Now, people fear of death, fear of cars, fear of this, that, cars, and I mean accidents. But I think the biggest fear is still not having all the power to control what's around us, right? When we feel out of control, which is in the mind most often for many of us. So that's the biggest fear, not being able to be in control. And I started with that. And I went on and on and on and on. And that's where I realized that there's so much inside of me that maybe I wasn't paying attention. So I've gathered so many weights, so many ideas that are fear, and fear mixed with love. And I wanted to know, what are those affirmations or statements that I tell myself that sound like self-sabotage? So I began to categorize. Oh, this is full fear. I'm completely fearful of this. Or, oh, this is fear plus love. Because once you expose what you might call the devil or your double-mindedness, Rhonda Burns said freedom is when you don't have the monkey mind. I think she calls it the monkey mind. So when you don't have these fears and fear and love just coming in and hunting you, accusing you, Obviously, she did not separate them like I did. Procrastination being fear, self-sabotage is fear and love is freedom. But this is what came to me yesterday when I said, God, please shine your awareness upon me and show me who I was, right? So that I may let go of her, clean this vessel. There's a church I pass by and it says, create in me a pure heart. Well, every time I pass by it and I go, oh goodness, that's referring to the mind. Susie Batiste says, when you release the energy that is inside of you, you're making room for more. The energy is referring to the old identity, to thoughts that we are not letting go of, or they're not letting go of us. So in order for new energy, new revelations, new ideas, new creative ideas, anything to come to us and through us, we must let go of what is. As I said yesterday, I'm like a flashlight, and now I'm beginning to shine it in you. And whatever there's something or a blockage, you must release it. And to release, right, we're speaking and we're saying, oh, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. One of the things I've seen someone do when she has negative thoughts, she says, nope, nope. So you physically can do that with your hand, if you remember, right? Or many times I just turn my head and I go, nope, nope. People don't know what I'm doing, but that's what to me, that's, no, I'm not going there. I'm not thinking about that. So that's a little bit on yesterday. Today, I want to talk to you about vision and leadership and how that is tied to money. You can hear things, and I'm sure you've heard about vision boards. But there comes a time, it's like this. Knowledge can stop here. It could stop here. It could stop here. And it's supposed to go deep within us. It's supposed to reach the deepest parts of us. I'm going to teach a little bit on fishing in the deep water today. So, what that means. In essence, you can hear something, but there's so much more to that subject that God has a way in time. He says, I'll teach you precept upon precept. What he's saying is a little bit at a time. And I'll add on to that knowledge and understanding. So when I touch on these subjects, you say, well, I've heard about the vision board. I'm like, yeah, me too. But there's so much depth to that subject alone, or to identity alone, that we can't dismiss it. We can't say, well, I heard about it before. Yeah, I know what you're going to teach. That is not an open mind. And in order to be able to know the depths of you and how you operate, you must have an open mind. So today, I want to teach on vision and leadership, the way it was revealed to me and what that truly means. So when I think of leadership and a vision, I'm thinking about John Maxwell. I don't know why, but I've been following his page, and there's almost every day there's a short message on Facebook that appears. And for some reason, he focuses a lot on leadership and being a visionary. Now, I don't listen to him. I don't read his books, but the quotes that he puts sometimes, I am so intrigued by them. And I go, wow. It's like the way he said it, the way he put it, it just makes me go, wow, ooh, that's so cool, the way he said it. So a leader, when I think of a leader, I think of him. Don't know why, but he must think of himself as a leader. And why am I considering him a leader? It's his spirit, and I recognize his spirit. A spirit is what a person thinks and says, because what they think, that's what they say. So if a person talks a lot about leadership, without you even recognizing consciously, subconsciously, subliminally, you're picking up on his spirit. Bob Proctor says, I can look at you and you can say one word and I know who you are. That's a person that has the discernment of spirits. And when I say spirit, we're talking about mindset. So having that gift, it's a gift of the spirit. It's a gift of God. Not everybody has it, but to have it is very, very powerful. So a leader sets you apart from the rest. I like to say that inside of you, there is a lion and the lamb. That means that there is a master and a follower inside of you. You must be an obedient follower to become a successful leader. To be an obedient follower is to have a coach and a mentor, to have someone that you admire, you look towards, you hear the words of wisdom. They open up your mind, your awareness, gives you more insights. They reach into the depths of who you are, and they shine the light, not to put you down, but to bring you up. So a leader does not have followers, because who you are is what you attract. What that means is, I remember in the church, and you know that I grew up in religion, I remember we had always invites that would come and teach. And one of them said, your pastor here attracted the same sheep as he is. In essence, what he was saying is, the way your pastor is, that's who you are. And I know who your pastor is by looking at you, because we attract that which we are. So if you're a leader, you attract leaders. If you're in still your early ages of being a follower, you attract people that are followers. Now you might say, well, so when does the student attract the teacher? Is when you're stepping above, you're ready to move into becoming a leader yourself. So we always, and there's different levels of leaders, because leaders, obviously not everybody is at the same level. I left messages, and what I mean messages, comments underneath Ed Milet's post. I don't do that anymore. But every time I did, just about every time I did, it was about 2-3 times, he always left a comment. And one of his comments one time was, whoa, I'm going to use this in my max out program or teaching, whatever he said. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Like, who am I? What did I say that opened his mind? So I think of Ed Milet as a leader as well. Obviously, he's a thought leader. He worked in the financial industry that I worked in. He started in the same financial industry, and that's where he became successful. From there, he moved on, I think, and did other things in other financial industries. But he started in the same financial industry as me, and that's how I heard of him. And now he's a thought leader, right? He teaches mindset. But a leader, I'm going to give you this example with me when God showed me yesterday. I'm always in a meditative state. So he said, Luminira, do you know what a leader is? I go, well, just mumbling there, said some things. I said, do you remember when you woke up that morning and you stretched your hand out and you said, wow, you have such a beautiful hand? I said, yes. What did you do? I said, well, I followed the leader. You followed the leader. You said what I said. You echoed me. You copied me. You followed me. You said what I said. You did what I did. You said what I said. You said, yeah, I do have a beautiful hand. You looked where I looked. You step where I step. You do what I do. That's a leader. He said, what happened after that? I said, well, 4 hours later, I had somebody echo me. He said, exactly. When you look at me and follow me, right? You lead others. When you follow me, when you follow intuition, when you follow the desire of your heart, and you step out and follow it and achieve it and manifest it, then you are going to have people that look up to you and say, how did you do that? And of course, people are going to give credit to the physical steps that you took. But see, it wasn't the physical steps. How would I have known that I'm going to meet, well, I was going to meet the photographer, I knew that much. But how would I have known what happened in the morning? I was going to have this man echo what I've done in the morning. You see the ripple effect. And a leader pulls out the best from a person. I cannot see in you the negative if I don't see it in me. But if I see the negative in me, I will assume it is in you. where I will pull it out of you. Because we're like mirrors, right? So to have a clean and pure heart is to be ready to step into leadership, and a leader has a vision. When we're ready to step into becoming a visionary, obviously without a vision, you're going to go back to your old identity or conformity, as Bob Proctor says. So without a vision, without looking at something and agreeing with it, you're going to stay stuck. It's like being in the wilderness for 40 years, 40 years in the wilderness, 40 years on the mountaintop. 40, the number 40, it's a spiritual number somehow, somewhere. I haven't come across this to study it, but it holds a lot of power. But when I speak of leadership, as God showed me yesterday, you can call the universe, I still call it God, and I interchange the word, but a leader, right, spends time with God more in a meditative state, wants to know the mind of God. And it's better to know the mind of God than the hand of God. To have the mind of God is to have the heart of God. To have the heart of God, you have everything he has. And that's what I want to talk about today. So a leader, if I go back to this story, this personal story, God was showing me that when you keep your eyes on me, when you keep your eyes on that vision, and I'm going to talk about what the vision is, you are going to draw unto you, lift me up, God says, and I will draw unto you all manifestations. See what happened in that morning in the course of 4 hours, I drew unto myself someone that saw me the way I saw myself. And why is that important? Well, if you want to be the leader in the marketplace or industry that you're in, you must see yourself as the leader. To see, because I saw, I looked, and I've seen. When I keep my eyes on that image of me being so and so and such, I will have people echo that back. But I draw that from them. A leader is also a teacher. So how did I pull that out of their mouth? How did I pull that coin out of their mouth? Because spirit, okay, every thought is valuable. And their thoughts were in their mouth, but they were my thoughts. And what was in the mouth was the coin of heaven. A coin of heaven, as I said, is the images and words that we store. How did he see that image within me? How did he see the same hand? Why didn't he touch this one? Why didn't he say, oh, your nose is so nice? Talk about my nose because I have a long nose and that doesn't bother me. It never did. So why did he see what I saw? Why did he say what I said? Following the leader. But I pulled that out of him. You see, when you look at your vision, you are going to draw onto you everything that is necessary to make you that being. If you admire you, if you appreciate you, if you lift yourself up, that means you lift yourself up and you're letting go of that old identity from yesterday and you lift another one up, you are going to draw out of people. You become a teacher. You're pulling out of them, because to teach is not to give you information, but to show you. And I'm pulling out of you the best so that you can pull out of people the best. And how do you do that? By you lifting yourself up. Now, that's not selfishness, that's self-love. Because you see yourself in a different light and people are going to see you in a different light. Right? So this to me was revolutionary, if I can put it this way. Because what you think and what you say manifests. I told my daughter yesterday, I said, why don't you go to bed? And I said, oh, never mind. I said, it's late. Why don't you go to bed? And she goes, why are you talking so slow? I said, because I had to see you in bed. Otherwise, I would have lied. Otherwise, I would have lied to tell my daughter, why don't you go to bed? I had to see my daughter's body in bed, because otherwise that makes me a liar, and God is not a liar. And God uses my mouth. And I said, okay, never mind. Let me think about it. That's why a wise person talks less, last, and very slow. A wise person talks less, last, and very slow. I have the habit of interrupting people, and then I remind myself, oh, I'm not wise. Because even a person that is quiet, even though they may not know the subject, but because they're quiet, they can come across as wise. So there is wisdom in being quiet and listening. So why being a leader is important, and are we a leader? And what I'm doing right now is I want us to take the light and shine it and say, okay, am I a leader? Am I leading from the place, from an identity that is my ideal identity? Do I lead my life that way? Do I wake up out of bed and I have a set of affirmations, because every day I must renew my mind, every day, renew the mind. Do I have a set of affirmations of the way I look and I see myself? If I saw my hand and I loved it, do I love the way I look in my imagination? Have I gone as far as from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet? My attitude, my mannerisms, the way I sit. One of the women that I admire is Ivanka Trump. And the way she steps up the steps, when she goes up the steps, I've noticed a girl would go up with the head forward like this on the stairs, but she walks on the stairs like this. When she walks, when she smiles, if she turns her head. Now, we can copy that. And my coach and mentor, Bob Proctor, he actually encourages that. Look at somebody that you admire, close your eyes, see yourself that way, walk that way yourself. I admire the Kardashians because they sit down and talk. Now, I don't admire necessarily their lifestyle, but they do have a luxurious lifestyle. And I don't watch their shows. But there's something about every one of those girls' energies. You never see them stressed. You never see them worried. Even when they cry, they fake it because it's not part of who they are, their identity. So you learn and pick up on these things. Choose the good and forgive the rest and let go of the rest. In fact, I told my daughter, there's no perfect identity in this world, and you cannot choose someone else's and say, I'm going to live their life. No, we are inspired. You're taking a little bit from here, a little bit of dirt from here, a little bit of dirt from here, and you shape and mold another body, which is you. So I'm not here to copy an original. I am here to be inspired. I told, and it might have been this client last night or my daughter, and I said, the plane, all the elements of creating a plane were here. So the man, whoever invented the plane, said, I need this metal and I need that screw and I need this tire and I need this and the law of this and the law of thrust and the law of that. And he put everything together. I look at Bob Proctor, I look at Ivanka Trump, I look at the Kardashians, and I look at this and I look at that and I go, oh, that's nice. Or I look at the way they dress, the way they put their makeup, the way they smile. And I begin to mold and shape myself and I become a new person. Followers don't do that. Leaders do that. Right? And why is that important? Because then you will have someone else to look up to you, admire you. And why is that important? Obviously, we want to draw the best out of people. I think every leader, without them realizing that, they're drawing out of people either the best or the worst. The worst leaders are those that force people to follow them. And I realize you don't have to force anyone. You see yourself as a leader and visionary, and then you're going to pull that out of people. I want to talk about a vision board, but it's actually an action board. And I want to tell you why it's an action board and how does that vision connect with money. So, because I want you to understand what money is, right? We're talking about money, but I have to give you the background and the foundation first. So think about the vision board that you have. And I say God, but this is what God told me yesterday. He said, your vision chose you before you chose it. When I heard that in the mind, right? Because as I've given you already the background, I hear things and they happen. Jeff Allen, he is a man that teaches intuition at Mind Valley. He shows up on different YouTubes, in front of the different YouTubes, and he says, if you can sense opportunities before they happen. And I go, I know what that is like. You hear thoughts before they're about to happen. That means you're strongly living in intuition. So yesterday, when God said, did you know that that vision chose you before you chose it? It says, I loved you before you loved me. How else would you know what love is if I didn't show you what love is? Oh, I'm sitting there and I'm scratching my head and I go, oh, what's this about? I never heard this before. But I felt a sweet feeling and love inside as I heard this. It came with love. It didn't come with fear. It didn't come with doubt. It didn't come with worry. So I knew it was of God. And I said, oh, okay. See, we've been taught how to give. I'm going to wake up this morning and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And we stop. That's as far as we go in the vision, what I'm going to do physically. But we're not looking at, and I'm going to receive the car and the money and the house and this and that. And what God said to me yesterday, that vision chose you. He says, you've been leaving me out for the longest time. You've never paid attention to me and what I've put inside of you. Because what I put inside of you, I put there without you having to pay the price for it. Because the vision is my gift to you. They're my promises to you. And every promise is yes, and it is so. And it said that vision has been inside of you for the longest time. When you, the vision was placed there before the beginning of time. I said, what time? What time is that? He said, the moment you become aware of your desire, that's the beginning of time. That's the beginning. But that's also the end. Because I've showed you the end from the beginning. And I go, oh, yes, the moment you become aware of your desire, that's the beginning and the end. Now you must begin with the end in mind. You must be like me. You're a visionary. And a visionary, and without a vision, you're always going to be a follower. Many people in this world are followers. So that vision is who you are. Because that vision contains the ideas that are necessary for you to draw and pull out the resources and draw the sources to you. The resources, I wanted to say, the money. Your vision contains your self-worth as a leader. And I said, oh, wait a minute. You are love. God, you're love. So the vision is your love for me. What you've prepared for me. And you show me what you've prepared for me so I don't have to fear, doubt, and worry. It's okay, Vera. I know. I've had some people coming in here and leaving. But you can, this is going to be recorded. The file is going to be shortened in size. And then hopefully I will be able to send it through email. If the size is too big on the recording, I might post it in the group, but you all have the code and you can tap in and watch it. Other people will not be able to see it because they don't have the passcode. So it's okay. So a leader and a visionary is a person filled with love. Love is attractive. Love is magnetic. To be magnetized as a leader is to think in the direction of your vision at all times. You must hold the vision. Hold the vision. I remember yesterday I heard Neville's words and he said, you must be like a mother and cradle the vision. A mother, when a mother is pregnant, she never forgets she's pregnant. So all of this is going on with me yesterday. It's like, whoa, I'm sitting here and throughout the day, all of this is going on in my mind. It doesn't matter where I went outside of the house. And your vision, obviously, if you were going to put a number under it, the total of the house, the total of the car, the total of the clothes and the food you want to eat every day, what stores you want to shop in. If you were going to draw the line, the total, that's the price, and that's how much you're loved. How big is his love for me? Well, I don't know. How big can you see? How far can you see? Two things people lack of imagination and lack of focus. Can you focus? Can you go deep within? You must fish in the deepest water. The bigger the vision, the more value you have, the more worthy you are. Now you might say, well, why do you equate me with money? If you want to equal and make yourself equal to the time you give or the physical work that you give, you can look at how much you're paid per hour. I don't see much value in that. What does that mean? Let me bring this to your awareness. Our body moves because of what the mind thinks. When your body moves because of what the mind thinks, did you know that you can have a vision in mind, but you can still operate from the old behavior? Or let me put it this way. When you don't have a vision in mind, you operate in your old identity. That is why that's called division. And that is why people say, I work harder and I still can't pay for that ideal house that I want. How come I'm not manifesting the money that is equal to the house? Because you're operating without that vision. You're going back to your old self. You may see that image, but not say things. You can still see it, but not say anything about it. And you find yourself looking at it, forgetting about it, and going back to working hard again. You're working with the wrong energy. Rhonda Byrne says, I held that vision of the secret 24 hours a day. You must become as if obsessed. If I have shadows over thoughts overshadow me, why don't I have the vision overshadow me? To change consciousness, to change states of being, is to change your consciousness. Consciousness, it can be filled from the outside or from the inside. And that's where the battle is. We live in two worlds simultaneously. So how do I bubble up inside to the point where what comes through the mouth is only my vision? I told this prospect last night and I said, next time we talk, I will know where you are based on what you say. I will know what you've been thinking based on what you're going to say, because what you say shall come to pass. Because what you say, you release. Last night when I told my daughter and I said, why don't you go to bed? I said, it's late. I couldn't go to bed, but I was sending her to bed because I thought of her and I said, her mind, you know, she's young. But I was lying. And then I go, she goes, what are you doing? We were sitting on the sofa in the dark. She goes, what are you doing? She was on the phone, of course. I go, I just lied. I'm like, I lied. Why don't you go to bed? She goes, you saw me in bed, didn't you? I'm like, uh-huh. Now they know the drill. Your vision is worth money. If you look at it, you're going to draw onto you everything and anything that is necessary to make that a reality. What that means, every vision, and I taught this before in the program and in the group, I said every vision contains within itself everything that's necessary. When you release me, God says, I will come down there and take care of your problem. In the spirit, we open doors. In the physical, we just go through them. But for me to show you how to break your gates, how to break your own gates of bronze and chains of darkness of what you're not seeing out there, is to teach you what should happen in here first. You must see it here before you go there. Rhonda Byrne says, if you can see it and believe it, then your actions will be effortless. And that's called alignment or power. In your power, you draw, you magnetize. Out of power, out of alignment, you dissipate, you lose. And many people say, well, I attract and then I lose, because you're not always connected to source or in the power or alignment. And that's very powerful. I've had someone in a very powerful position. He never chose to be my client, but on the phones, he said, I make so much money, but then I lose it. And I'm of age where I am beginning to worry, how am I going to attract money and keep it? Well, if he would have stayed with me, I would have told him why. He mentioned Tony Robbins. He probably went back to Tony Robbins. So how do we attract and how do we maintain what it is we want? Right? How do we maintain what we want? If my vision chose me, Sandy Gallagher said, when I was imagining being in that house, she says, the money is here. And she kept looking down and saying, the money is here. The money is here. It's here. It's inside. If it's inside, why am I looking for it out there? And I want you to think of it this way. If it's here, why am I looking out there for it? It's here. Why? Because the vision is here. The vision was placed within. It chose me before I chose it. And that's where we find relief. Abraham Hicks talks about soothe yourself. I am this, and I am that, and I am this, and I am that. So for me, this is what I have found. I have to soothe myself. My oldest daughter says, I need space, I need time, I need to go and calm myself down. I want you to think about the money. To have a vision is to begin to spend that money. What that means is you will not do on the outside that which you not do inside. If you had that amount of money of the house, or let's say you're paying mortgage monthly. My financial mentor, Gary Cossie, said, if you come up to me and tell me I need to pay my rent or my mortgage and I have the money, the only thing I'll tell you is go and pay it. Now you might say, well, Pastor, sir, coach, you don't understand. I came to you because you have the money. Maybe you can help me out this month. He says, no, go pay it. What he's saying is, go do it here first. And then you will have it out there. Go pay it. Like, I have no money. You don't need money. See yourself paying it, and you will have the money, because we pull the money, right? If you do it here, if you climb the ladder here, you will climb it on the outside. I remember Neville teaches about climbing the ladder. If you haven't done that exercise, I would encourage you to do it. For 2 nights, I climbed the ladder. The third day, I went to work. I worked in retail around Christmas a couple of years ago. It was when I left the financial industry and I was at home, but I couldn't be at home and I didn't want to go back to work. So if you know the story, I ended up working in retail for 3 months. The second day, so 2 nights after, I go to the store and I pass by this manager. How is everything put together? We create our own opportunities where we meet with people that will give us what we need, will tell us what to do. See, if the ladder would speak, the ladder would say, come here and climb me. But things don't speak. This manager passes by me and says, hey, Luminita, yeah? So-and-so is not coming in today. She usually does the purses. Everybody had a category they were working on in the store. I need you to take these purses from here, put them on this shelf. This is going to be the sale shelf. I worked at Guess. And this is, you put these here. And they have those shelves. So there's a little ladder that I pulled from around the shelf. I open it up and I go up and down, like 2 steps up, 3 steps down, like 3 up, 3 down. That's all it had. And all of a sudden I stop and I go, because your eyes will be open, your mind will be open. And I go, wait a minute, when did I climb the ladder? It was like for 2 nights. You will be asked the universe will send the people that will create the circumstance for you to have to do that which you have done within. Neville says, what you want to do on the outside, you must do inside. What you want to have outside, you have to have within. To him that he has, it will be given. That means to you that do within, you will do without. To you that think within, you will hear it from outside. Other people say your hand is beautiful. You want to do it inside. You will do it outside. You want to hear outside, hear it within. Everything that you want out there must be done inside, because your physical body, if you want to break the boundaries in the physical, and I started by saying this, if you want to break those limits on the outside, right? Because physically right now we don't have the money. If I want to go to the island of Maldives and be there for 2 weeks, but I want to be there and not worry about money. I don't want to worry about how much that is, who's there. I don't want to worry about if I should take my kids, all my kids, maybe just one, maybe half of them, right? I don't want to worry. I don't want to have those shadows. I don't want the money to talk to me and say, you can't do this and you can't do that. I don't want the money to rule over me. So how do I break these boundaries? In the physical, I must break them in the spirit. If I want to be a master of money and not the money master me, right? Tell me, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't go here, because the money talks. One of our Proctor's coaches said, money talks. And I said, I know it does. The ladder talks too, I said. The ladder talks too. When you look at that dress and it's $900 and you go, oh, you can't buy me. It's my thoughts. Everything is energy. When you hear that money is energy and everything is energy, that's what it means. It's thoughts. It's money that masters me. And how do I master money? I show you how to break the gates, these barriers, these limits in the physical, but you must break them in the spirit. So the way you break them in the spirit, you take over and you own everything you want out there in the spirit first. You take ownership now. You sleep in that house now. You spend 2 weeks in the Maldives now. Because the coin of heaven is energy. Susie Batiste said that. The coin, not the coin of, yes, wait a minute, hold on. No, she said the currency of today is not money, it's energy. I go ding, 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 ding. Yep. The currency of today on this planet, which we're moving into a new earth, is not money, it's energy. It's doing in the spirit that which you would like to do in the physical. Going in the spirit where you want to go in the flesh, but it's done in the spirit. I said, all manifestation is prayer. It's learning how to pray correctly. That's what it is. What I'm teaching you is prayer. How to let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Equal, matching, mirroring, photocopy. Let thy will, let that vision, let that desire be done on earth. Allow it, release it as it is in heaven. So what's in heaven? What's in your 4D? What's on your vision board? What does your vision board speak? Well, here's the language of the vision board. I love you. I love you. When God said to me, that vision board loved you before you loved it, you need to look at your vision board and say, I love you. I know, I love you too. Seriously. Otherwise, you're going to feel distant from it. And what you're far away, listen, if you're far away in the spirit, how much further you are in the flesh from it? Bingo. If you feel distant from your vision, in the spirit, you're far away. How much further are you away from it in the physical? And we say, well, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Well, you're not in love with the vision. And remember, the vision chose you. Now, this is powerful because you can look at your vision board and you hear the house say, yeah, I'm $20 million. I'm $115 million. Put your head behind, put your head between your legs and kiss your A goodbye. That comes from a cartoon. Like, that ain't gonna happen. That's never going to happen, right? If in the spirit I hear it's never gonna happen, well, in the physical, my goodness, I have to come back maybe 5 more times on this planet, if there's such a thing. So how can I become one with that vision, and why it's important? Well, if I see myself there, if I see myself climbing the ladder, I shall climb the ladder. The reason I climbed the ladder in 2 days is because I had no emotional connection with it. I had put no conditions. I wasn't worried. I wasn't fearful, right? I wasn't living in procrastination. I did what I needed to do. I wasn't in self-sabotage. I wonder if it's going to happen. Well, I don't know if it's going to happen. Love mixed with fear, a double-mindedness. You will not receive anything. You have to be fully in love. And what God said to me yesterday, that vision shows you because it's me, and I'm showing you where you will be. It's my love for you. It's how much I love you. I look at my vision board as love, not distance. It's a spiritual thing. Everything is energy or spiritual. So I hope now that you see the importance and how I'm being taught. Because I have things on my vision board and I go, all right, God, we'll have to see how this comes to pass, because I can't see anything. I have no idea. I want you to think about luxurious laws. If I didn't say it yesterday, a law, here's how things turn into law. God is law. We talk about the laws of the universe. We're talking about the mechanism and the power behind words. Our words, our conversations, our ideas fluctuate. It's called the law of rhythm. Sometimes you're in faith, sometimes you're not. That's the law of rhythm. That's how we go spiritually. We're not always on the mountaintop. The law of gestation. You drop the seed, you forget about it, but then you go back, right? And you nurture it. You think about it. You keep visualizing it. That's what happens with us. Now, when I'm referring to laws, I'm referring to those ideas and things you release. How do they go from a thought to a light idea, to a conclusion, to a decision, to a perception, toward an assumption, and then towards law? It is what it is and nothing else. It starts gradually. And through repetition, this is perpetually moving. That idea moves from, it's possible, I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if I can walk. I can't. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I know I can. I know that I know. It's law. So when you think of luxurious laws, everything you say, does it sound like luxury? Now when that checked with me yesterday, I said, nope, nope, nope. There's no luxurious laws. There's no luxurious ideas coming out of my mouth. There's no affirmations of luxury. I'm not involved actively with my vision board. Will I allow myself, let thy will I allow myself to speak on earth what I see in heaven? Well, if I don't see it in heaven, I'm far away from it on earth in the physical. Oh, how much further I am from it. So let's close the gap in the mind first. So then we close it in the physical. It shortens the time. Neville says, you alone have given yourself the time. Every vision has its appointed hour. You yourself have given it the time. But when you become more aware of the mind of God and how we operate, that's the secret. Knowing how your mind operates, you know how to take that physical territory faster. So my speech is the signature of how close I am to my vision. Because the closer you are, the more you're going to talk about it. Let me put it this way. Gary Kasib had a lady in the church, and she had a family. I don't know how many kids, but she wanted a new van. And he taught her these principles. Every day she would look at that van It was a picture on a refrigerator. As a mother, right, she's always in the kitchen. Every time she would open the refrigerator, she would look at that and she would say, I'm a day closer. I know, I can feel it. I'm a day closer. So she would visualize her taking the kids to school and all of that. I know I'm a day closer. Here's what happens. Somebody calls the church and tells Gary, hey, I have a van, and I want to give it to the church. Well, what kind of a van? Guess what? It was exactly the same van this woman was praying for, imagining and visualizing. Oh, really? How many seats? Okay, thank you. Gary calls this lady and says, so how are you doing? Gary, I'm a day closer to my van. I can feel it, she said. I can feel it. She goes, well, it's here. We just received the van. Somebody donated it to the church and it's in mint condition. It's the exact name, model, and color. And she kept saying it every day. I know I'm a day closer. I know it's here. I can't see it, but I know it's here. I can feel it. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. She was in expectancy. Are we in a joyous expectancy? I know, I feel it. I can feel it. Well, if I'm not, I won't talk about it. And if I don't talk about it, it's because I'm far away in the spirit from it. But spirit is so close. All you have to do is just think about it. You're closer to your vision in the spirit than you are in the physical. But because it's in the spirit, everything comes from the spirit from the 4D into the 3D. And that's the process. So now you can check with yourself and say, well, how far am I from? Well, how do I speak of it? Can you feel it? I believe his name is Price Pritchett. I'm not sure if it's Price Pritchett or he says, there's a quote, an affirmation, and it says, my desire is here. I can see it. I can feel it. See, that's the order of the mind. My desire is here. Where? Here. I can see it. I can feel it. Now, you might say, well, what does this have to do with money? Well, think of it this way. When you lift that vision up, you with the vision, what did I say? You become a leader. You will draw onto you everything and everyone that will make it a reality. What you say is the key of heaven. If you want to open that door of that van, the key is, I already have it. I can see it and I can feel it. That's the key. That's a dimension. It's a new state of being. And that state of being, you need to have the correct key for it, right? So what's the correct key? I already have it. I already see it. I open the door. I can see it. And whoever needs to make that a possibility, if it's 10,000 people, 10,000 people would come. That's what Neville says. But you open the door and stay there. That's your new place of dwelling. That's your new consciousness. I can see it. I can feel it. I can see it. I can feel it. I can see it. Feeling is the secret. But you can't feel that which you do not see. If you think of a lemon, you're going to feel it, right? Sour and the evidence of it. The same way, I can see it. I can feel it. I can see it. I can feel it. But you can't love something that or receive something that you don't love. So that's another thing. Do I really love what I put on the vision board? Now, when you know that God is saying, right, hey, this is my love for you, then that becomes easier for us to accept the desire. In essence, it becomes easier for me to receive the money. That's what it means. It's easier now for me to put myself in places I will be led by the vision in the right place at the right time to receive the money. So that's on vision, and your vision is worth, it's who you are. And you attract that which you are. If you think about it, Wayne Dwyer said, we attract what we are. So now you are going to meet the right people at the right time. They will tell you, hey, why don't you do this? Hey, why don't you do that? Right? And through connecting with my vision, I attract to me the money, because the money's here. I carry the vision. It's the code of multicolor. Your vision is the code of multicolor. You're a dreamer, you're a leader, you're a visionary. Last night, God showed me and he said, do you remember when I showed you that picture in the middle? I said, yes. He said, that's you. I said, no, that's not me. He said, yeah. I was stressed 2 years ago. I laid in bed, which I don't usually do. And I took, I don't know, I had a t-shirt and I covered my eyes. I never did. I do things sometimes and I have no idea what I'm doing. And only after I do them, I realize that wasn't me. So I cover my eyes and it's all dark. I'm in the soul. I'm in the kingdom. And all of a sudden I see neurons. You know, when you see neurons and you see the electricity going from one to another, and as they reach the neuron, the electricity, because we're light, we're electric beings. And who can tell you that better than a depressed person? A depressed person that takes medicine. My ex-husband used to take medicine. He was depressed. After he would get off the medicine, he said, I would feel buzzing electricity in my mind, like buzz, buzz. And I said, well, that's weird. He's like, yeah. Like a wire. He said, I feel like wires in my head, just going buzz, 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 just moving around. So I remember that. And you know, from internet, right? You see the neurons and the electricity goes from one to another, the connecting, and that's electricity. Those are our thoughts traveling. So I'm laying in there and I see these neurons and it's in the dark, right? These lights were shining so bright and I could see them from all corners of my mind, which is all corners of the world God was showing me. And just because you are the whole world, right? The whole universe. So these lights just kept going. And I followed them. And as I followed them, there was a frame, a picture. I couldn't see what was in the picture, but it immediately just shaped itself into a picture. And these lights kept going in this picture and forming images. And the picture would rotate it like the earth, like small, like one of those globes that just rotates slowly, slowly, slowly. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. What that means? What does that mean? And last night God said, that's you. You're a dreamer. You're a visionary. I don't know what else it means. But obviously these are things that I don't hear other people talk about. So a leader and a visionary, in order for you to manifest, you must be a leader and a visionary. Why else would you draw onto you if you're not working towards anything? And I think of my clients as my best friends. Why is that? Because they're the ones that are putting bread on my table, right? When you think about giving, you're in the manipulation of things. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that. You're working hard for the money. But when you realize that you fall in love with the vision contains the people, the money, the resources, then everything and everyone that comes into your life, they come to you to give to you and for you to give to them. It's an exchange because nobody just gives us money for nothing. But those are opportunities. We're drawing onto ourselves opportunities, and every opportunity has money. We fall into two categories, and I don't know who said this. There's his name is Master Sri, he's on YouTube. I don't know his name, Marksna. He made himself a master. And he said, why is it that we're not allowing the universe to give us? And I thought, yeah, we're always in the giving, but a leader doesn't always give. A leader looks upon the vision and the followers that are leaders within themselves will give to him, because the photographer gave to me what I gave myself. What you give to you, others will give to you. What you do, others will have you and guide you to the place to do it. The manager guided me to the ladder to do what I did inside. The photographer had to come into my life to tell me what I've told myself. What you tell yourself, others will tell you. What you do yourself, others will guide you to do it, will come along you. So think of it this way. If I do this, somebody is going to come. I'm pulling and I'm drawing somebody that will come and take me into my Canaan land, so to speak. When I thought I was a Moses saving people, the people were saving Moses. When I save myself, I'm drawn onto me, people that will save me, if that makes any sense. It's like you can't walk this journey alone. You're always drawing onto you opportunities and people that will guide you and lead you in that direction. And that's why on the worksheet, I said there's two ways to do things. You can allow intuition, if you can step into that area and allow intuition to guide you and to lead you, or you tell the universe what to do for you. Obviously, we do have to set in a new identity. Create a new identity. But that identity has to do with the vision board. And when things don't go well, right, something's in the way, you need to know how to break that door. If the company, the banner company said, well, you can't have your banners, break the door. Well, obviously, I'm not going to do that in the physical. I did it in the spirit, and the door opened in the physical. No, you can't have it. Yes, I can. No, you can't sing in the choir. Yes, I can. I'm already singing. In my mind, I already see myself singing. I broke that door. Because that's what it means to have closed doors. People telling you, no, I don't want to be here. No, I don't want to do this with you. So how do I break every door in the physical? How do I break these limitations? Here first. Now that's worth money. This teaching alone, it's a lot of money. Because I speak from experience. And today and yesterday I was reminded, now you understand those doors that are locked, not just in your life, but in people's lives. Now God is telling me that's what it means to break the doors. Those gates of bronze, people telling you no, or not even, why is it that you're not seeing people coming in, or why is this not happening? It's like, you're so far away in the spirit from it. In the physical, it's just, those people are gone. They're just like, they don't even know you. They can't even reach you. Because inside you're far away from me, or from that vision, or from yourself. You're so far away from yourself. So how deep can I go and fish for my vision, for those people and those clients? The deeper and the tighter I connect with my vision, the faster they come. The quicker I close the gap here, the quicker it closes here. If I want to break doors here, I better break them here. So what I'm saying is, everything is done in the spirit and then in the physical. Now, if you have a question in what I said, maybe aha, you got an aha. You can unmute yourself and ask a question, or if there's anything that, maybe you saw in a different way, or I helped you see something that you haven't seen before. You can do that. I'm reading the notes here. I just had a connection hit me with that one. 40-day nights, water to cleanse, to drown in the vision so full of the cleansing water. Yeah, I think I mentioned that too with the water. When people, we did the baptism in the church, right? It's a symbolism. I don't believe that water necessarily washes. Although they say, don't wear anybody else's clothes ever, because you're carrying their energy, and change your clothes every day, wash your clothes. And, I also heard a yoga guru, and everyone knows him. He is all over the world. He said, do not wear dark clothing because you draw to you negative energy. Yeah. I had no idea the items talk back to us. Yeah, they do. They actually do. There is a quote in the Bible, and again, I don't read the Bible, but I remember, because God will bring to your remembrance what he said. Can I say that when I said the banners will be there on Friday at 4 a.m., God brought to my remembrance, do you remember what you said on Friday? Go check on your banners. That's what that means. So God will bring to your remembrance the things you said. But when you talk about items talking back to us, yeah, you can change the color. I told Miriam and I said, I'm in the transition of switching to light colors. And last night I was in bed thinking, and I said, but I love turtlenecks. Okay. We call them maleta in Romania. And I told my daughter, I need to buy maleta. She goes, what? I said, maleta. What's maleta? I said, that turtleneck. She says, why don't you call it turtleneck? I said, I don't know, maleta sounds better. And I love the dark colors, right? The black. Last night I saw myself. I said, I'm going to give myself another haircut, go and do my hair, which is on my agenda, my appointment. And I said, I could see myself wearing a turtleneck with gold jewelry and my hair done this way and my makeup done that way. And I said, oh man, I can't wear black. I said, maybe on occasion I can, but I love white, right? So you can change the color of your clothes. I know Tina asked me, should I change my name? And when she discovered her real name and what it means, she said, forget it. I won't do it. I won't change. Right, Tina? So I had no idea about that the items talk back to us. Now let's go back where I started. Even the nature itself cries out to the sons of God to wake up to who they are. If you have not seen it yet, you will. They have machines and electrodes that you connect to different plants and trees, and they sing. There's sounds. They actually sing because nature itself praises God. So if you will not, the stones will. That's written in the Bible. What that is saying, if you don't lift me up, I am, right? I am is an agreement with you. When you say, God, you are, we used to do that in the chair. You are amazing. You are all knowing. You created the stars. God says, no, you did. I'm not going to go there, but when we say I am, it's an agreement. Did you know that? Every time you affirm, you're agreeing. Yes, my hand is like this. God always talks to us, but we don't hear it. All that he asks of us is to say, yes, I will do as you said. I agree. I agree with that vision board. I agree with that house. You are in the house, God says, and I must say, yes, I am. That's the reason we say I am. It's an agreement. It's not making it happen. He makes it happen. The universe makes it happen. The only thing I'm asked to do is agree. When you say I am, it's agreement. So think of it that way. I am is agreeing. I am is agreeing with God or being like God. You imitate the Father. You copy him. You agree with him. That's what it means. Like father, like son, like father. That's what it means. I'm the child of the universe. I'm the child of God. I agree with my Father. I don't agree with 3D because the 3D Neville calls it the devil. Take that and just slap yourself and go, oh, who have I been agreeing with? With your old self that manifested this. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the people now dissect it, why you did this, why you said that, why this happened to you. Who cares? I know I did it, so might as well just move on. Let them discuss it. Let the dead bury the dead. The dead is the people in ignorance that live in the physical and not in the 4D. So even nature itself is waiting for the sons of God to wake up and realize who they are, the power that we have. And it speaks to us. That house, if he could speak, it would. That ladder in the store, if he could say to me, hey, come over here and change these purses. You know, these purses that sit next to me right here and kind of, no. But God uses people. But if the ladder would talk, he would say that to me. Your bank account. When you say, yeah, there's that, it's the bank account. But everything you're looking at is just names, the names of God. Everything holds the signature of God, the touch of God, the name of God. God doesn't have just one name. So everything you mention is the name of God. And what you mention, you gave authority to come into your life. I'll say this story and then I'm going to finish. I walked into Walmart one day. My daughter was wearing white pants. We bought chocolate covered almonds. We went to Sprouts. We put them in that bag because they come in these big barrels. The bag was a little ripped. It's summer, this summer, and she holds the bag on her lap and she keeps eating. Well, chocolate drips through the little hole, stains her white pants. We were going to Dahlonega, I think. We were looking for these stones, you know, what do you call them, that people use in manifestation and in these rituals. And I thought, oh, let's just go to Dahlonega. They sell stones. Anyway, so she's like, I'm not walking out of the car like this. I said, well, put this around you. There's a Walmart. We walked into Walmart. As we're about to cash out, I looked down on the shelf, and that's how you know things talk to you, because you're talking. And I glanced over it lightly, but not communicating with anything, not calling the name, chocolate, cigarettes, candy, gum, blah, blah. I didn't stop in that direction. So I glanced over and all of a sudden I go down and I see the glue and I go, glue. I need glue. Do I have glue at home? I don't know if I have glue, but I do need glue for this because I want to do this. I stopped and I conversated with it. I walk out of the store. I'm in the car, coming out of Walmart. We're by the stoplight. My daughter has a little purse. Hold on, it's right here. 5 more minutes and we'll be done. So this is the little purse, okay? It's a beautiful purse. It's a chain, it's heavy, but it's beautiful. So inside, there was a tag and it said Casual Corner. If any of you remember, Casual Corner used to be in the mall. That was when I came to America 25 years ago. And this sits next to her, next to me in the car. I open it. I never opened my daughter's purse. I open it. And I see the tag and it's flipped because it's not sewed in, it's glued in. And I go, psst. I rip it. She looks at me and says, why'd you do that? And I go, I have no idea. I have no idea. She goes, you went in my purse. I know. I don't know. Why did you? I don't know why I did that. Bob Proctor used to say, his grandmother would say, Bob, why did you do that? I have no idea. You know you shouldn't. I know. Why'd you do it? I don't know. And I go, I know how to fix it. I'll go and get glue. And then I realized my mind was open. Oh my God, 5 minutes ago, I was conversating with the glue. And because I conversated with it, because I had a conversation with it, the glue said, hey, you fool, come back and buy me. And my daughter and I started laughing. I said, well, I guess we have to go back and buy the glue. What you spend time with, you draw within your life. How long does it take? 2 minutes. When you hear people say thoughts manifest, that's how they manifest. If you spend time with that thing and you conversate in that direction, you go down the rabbit hole, things happen. Why is this happening? I don't know. Yes, you do know. You were just not awake when you did that conversation with it. This is powerful. So now you can ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is she telling me this? Wait a minute, what was I thinking? It's because I was thinking something. And now you begin to catch yourself and train yourself and say, no, I'm not spending time there. No, I don't need the glue. Is glue good? Everything is good, but not everything is good for me. Obviously, something had to break for me to use the glue, and I go, no, thank you. No, no, thank you. My car broke down. No, thank you. My son, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. You protect your energy now. No, thank you. No, no. This is powerful. So, okay. Here, if you haven't done that, the money, if you haven't taken money and put it in a frame, that's what I would do. I haven't done it yesterday. I took my daughter out and we did things all day yesterday. The night before, I only slept 5 hours. So today I'm going to take the money and put it in a frame, because I want to develop a relationship with money. And we're going to talk more about money in the next days, but we need to develop a relationship with money. Money is God in action. So how I want you to think about money is to develop a relationship with the vision board, develop a love relationship, self-love, which is freedom. Be free to allow yourself to dream, and don't stop in your mind in the wrong place. And I'm going to take some time and talk about the glue. Forget it. Forget it. Don't, and even God says, don't stop on the way. On the way, don't stop and talk to anybody. Take a guide with you and don't stop. Don't deviate. In your mind, don't deviate, right? So that's important. That's important to me. And this is how we train the mind. No, I don't want to talk about what's not in my fridge. No, I don't want to talk about what my car is missing. No, I don't want to talk about what's not there. Why? Because you're attracting more of what's not there. See how easy it is just with this verse. I attract what's not there. How do you attract? Just like that. Talk about it and see it. In our first session, I said that I had an assumption of my ex. Oh, if I wasn't here and we had this lunch date, and it wasn't a date because we're not dating, but we stayed friends. I said, oh my goodness, he's back to his old self. If I wasn't here, he would have asked that girl for the number. The next half an hour, I had this guy at the gas station asking me for a number. Never happened before. What I thought I assumed of another, I assumed of me, because I conversated with in my mind. I was sitting at the lunch thinking all of this into myself. Inner dialogue manifests, as Neville says. Oh my God, he's back to his own self. Yeah, he's always been this way. He's talking and I'm in my inner world. And it manifested. And just to give you one more example of that, how inner dialogue manifests. When me and him were dating, he is cooking and I'm on the other side of the island. And I hear God asking me from within, what else would you like? And I said, well, I would like to have this and I would like to have that. He's my ex now, but the next day he cooks exactly those things for me. Because my inner dialogue, when I say what I want, God, I would love to have this. No problem. Knock, knock. Oh, I thought of you and I bought you a watermelon. Knock, knock. I got you these crackers. I don't know why. Oh my God, those are the crackers yesterday. I had my hands full in the store and I looked at them and I said, man, I wish I could have them. In my mind, I said, but I can't reach to the top shelf. I have like 20 things in my hand. I ran in for one. But I said, man, I would love to have you. No problem. The next day, knock, knock. Oh, I thought about you and I wanted to bring you these crackers. No kidding. You think you thought of me? I actually thought of them. You were sent to give me what I thought I couldn't have, but I had it here. I desired it here. So that's how we attract. That's how we attract people. They can give us those things or they can give us the money. So inner dialogue manifests. What you spend time in mind with, yeah, glue, this, that, yeah, the crackers. Oh, I wish those dresses would be at my door today. I would have used them for tomorrow. No problem. 3 hours later, there's the package at the door. Amazon said it'll be here in 5-6 weeks. And I said, it would be nice if I had them today. I would have done this tomorrow. And no problem. No problem. No problem. There's no problem. There's only solutions. What would you like? What would you like? What would you like? And you'll have it. Don't procrastinate. Speak what you want. Tell yourself, commune with it, and you will have it. And when you see no evidence of it, say, I can see it, I can feel it, I can see it, I can feel it. That means you're disconnected from it. Love the vision because the vision loves you. It loved you before you loved it. Now you're just learning how to love it. And that's all there is. You're learning to connect with it so they can manifest faster. So if you're wondering, where's my clients, where's my money? I'm far from the vision, so money is far from me. That's the problem. But now we have the solution. So that's how we attract money. Money is love. Everything is spiritual. We don't love money. We love what money does. I love the crackers. I love the watermelon. I love the dresses. I love this and I love that. I love what the money can do for me, right? So now take that. You can print it if you don't want to put $100 bill in a frame. Print it, make it as real as possible. You can go to Staples or I don't know, other places, and they print very nice pictures, and frame it and put your best perception of it and imprint that in your subconscious mind. And when you walk into a store and money says you can't buy it, say, no, I love money. I love money, and money loves me. I can have anything that I want. All I have to do is conversate with it. Show it some love. Give it some praise. Give it attention. Because what you give attention to, you attract. Where your focus goes and what you give attention to, you attract it. It's what you're seeking. You're seeking trouble, think of it. You're seeking praise, you're seeking good, think of that. How do I do the vision board? Cutting pictures and put them on the wall. Yes. Yep. Take it and put it on. If you want to put your little face in that car door, put it. Why? Because you want to imprint that in your mind. And do that. And commune with yourself. Well, look at me. I'm in the car. Wow, imagine me being in this car. It's just like me with the glue. And that's it. Be like a child. Children inherit the kingdom. You as a child, with the spirit of a child, you will receive those things. Yeah, it would be nice if I had this and that and this and that. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. There's no problem. That's it. We don't love money. We love what money does. But everything is money. And that's what we exchange money for in the marketplace. You see yourself with the thing and money will come running. The people that have the money. Peggy McCall, her husband, said, well, where do you think the money is going to come from, honey? And she said, I knew that he wasn't in faith as me. But I wouldn't allow him to put negativity in me. Because why? When you conversate with the negative, you're attracting it. You're causing more gaps. It's like, no, I don't want to talk about problems. No. I get you. You're not fully in faith. You're not fully persuaded. You don't believe what I believe, but that's okay. And what did she say? It's in other people's pockets right now. Does it matter that I want a really nice car, but in my 3D? No, it's exactly what I said, Georgia. You're self-sabotaging. You have love and fear. You have love and fear. So think about, am I procrastinating? That means I'm far away from my vision. That's procrastination. It's too far. I'm afraid of it. How am I going to achieve it? And God said, it loves you. Let it in. It had loved you before you loved it. That's why that happened with me yesterday. It's important. Remind yourself of this. Wait a minute. It actually loves me. What I seek has been seeking me forever. It's been there forever. Everything has been here forever. God's love, my love, his love has always been here. I'm just becoming aware of this now, of this truth. So the vision loves you. That's one and done with. Do you love it? No, you're afraid of it. You're procrastinating. You're not spending time with it. You're not communing with it. I'm communing with it, but I'm still afraid. I don't know if God loves me. I don't know if he can give this to me. I don't know if I'm worthy. It's, I'm just like, no. It already loves you. God said to me, I've already loved you before you loved me. It's been seeking you before you were seeking it. I know the plans that I have for you. I know the vision that I have for you. He already has it. I'm just now tapping into it. I'm just now, it's being revealed to me. I'm being uncovered. That's why people love manifestation. Manifestation is revelation. You're seeing what has already been there. And what you see, you receive. But to receive is to spend time with it, to commune with it. So spend time with your vision and check yourself. Am I procrastinating? Am I full of fear? No, close the gap. Close the gap right away. Right away. Don't let the negative thoughts come in. Am I self-sabotaging? I love it, but I don't have the money. Well, you're double-minded. You won't get it. I can tell you that right now. 3, do I love it? Then I'm free. I'm free to have it. That means money doesn't rule me. I'm free to have it. How? I don't know how. You might get a business idea. I know, Georgia, we talked about it, and you said that you have an idea to work with special children. So I don't know, but that idea, if it needs to be released. Okay. So we don't depend on anyone else, and we don't need anybody's permission to start a business, an idea, or anything, either husband or not. I used to depend on my husband, thinking that I need to work and have a business with him. And that's one of the factors that ruined my relationship, my marriage. No, you don't want it. It's okay. I'll do it. It's my calling. It's my idea. It's my desire. It's my purpose. It's my vision. So we start and then everybody else follows, right? When I talked about leadership. So here's the things that I want you to take out of it. Procrastination is fear, self-sabotage is double-mindedness, love, and now you have the full perception and vision of love, is freedom. You can check yourself and see where you reside. 2, we didn't talk about it yesterday, start developing a mindset of leadership. Now you call yourself that which you're not, and others will. And when they do, it's because you have become it. But you close the gap in the mind, in the spirit first, you say it so many times, you see yourself as that person, and then signs will follow. That's what Neville says. You draw onto yourself whatever's necessary to make you so. That's called magnetism. You're drawing, you're pulling out from the people. What? That which is in you. You attract what you are. So let's make ourselves to be that which we want to be, right? Which is being a leader. I look at myself, I agree with myself, and then other people will echo from the back. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But I don't look at the people and say they have no money. I don't look at the 3D. I don't spend time with what's behind me or what's in the 3D. I keep looking towards me and I build myself up, lift myself up. And then I know what's behind me will follow me. And it's called magnetism. So a leader always has followers. Draw, they pull. I hope that makes sense. So today, work on building yourself up, lift yourself up, and you will draw these signs to make you so, and to see you so, and to say so, and to have you do so. Sign the signature on your house, all paid, whatever it is you want to do, you will draw onto yourself. A leader pulls and draws, doesn't force the people. You have to say what I say, you have to do what I do. No, 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 no. It's all spiritual. Okay. 3, if you can take the money, print it, and say, I love you, or whatever you want to have your perception of money. I've been seeking you, but you've been seeking me to walk and be in my house. And I never knew who you were, and now I know who you are, right? Money's got an action. So it comes to you running when you spend time in that vision. Money is here. Why? The vision is here. So those 3 things: build yourself up, fall in love with your vision, fix your vision, don't be double-minded, which means don't self-sabotage. That's the house, that's the one. Stay with it, be faithful to it. If you need to change something, change it. And do the picture with the money, 3 things. And keep an awareness on where do you reside. Are you more in that new identity, And while you're there, are you still having fear? Check with yourself. So do that. And tomorrow we're going to talk more about money. We're going to talk about how to build a business and how to look from the perspective of already having it the way you want to have it. Because once again, I know for me, I attract people that I know they're leaders. And I also attract people in the coaching business that I want them to be coaches with me. With every one of you here, and there's a few people in the program that I've talked to, they said, I would love to do what you do. Why is that? Because that's what I called out for. And I said, I will have my coaches in the company coming out of these programs. But that's where my focus is. See, my focus is not on having the money. No. As a leader, you pull other leaders. That's where our focus should be in, not money, but building other leaders. And then we're all pulling in the same direction. If that makes any sense. Money doesn't have to come from the start all at once. You have to know how to build a foundation in your business. Surround yourself with powerful leaders, but you must be a leader first. And then you draw onto yourself people that are just like you. So I know that everyone that I attract towards me are already leaders. Georgia, we talked about it. Miriam, we talked about it. Right? We know that. So that's it. I hope this session, you feel it as I have. Obviously, I've experienced this, so it's more home to me, but take it. Believe that it doesn't come from me, right? I'm always open to receive from God because I've allowed myself to be used in that regard, right? To help others break their own chains, close the gap, fall in love with themselves and their vision. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so if I don't wake up tomorrow, somebody's got to take charge here. Wake me up. Wake me up. I may have to set up a second alarm on my phone. But this was amazing. I love the session today. If you have time, shut this off, meditate upon what I said, and put pen to paper and see what comes out. Are you biting your nails, Miriam?
No. I'm just like thinking.
Yeah. I love your surroundings. It's always white in your house.
Always white, yeah. White and gold.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's what oh my God. I know we talked about this and I said that I want to wear white and gold.
Yeah. My salon as well is all white and gold.
Wow. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. It's again, once again, I have to do it. I have to do it.
Yes.
I'm going to order something today. Did you want to ask something?
No, not right now. There's a lot. I'm processing a lot right now. But as usual, and I always say this to you, you've changed my life. And I think people are actually seeing it in me, which is weird because I wasn't seeing it in myself. But recently I've been attracting the comments and also an immense amount of clients just started flowing into my salon, and I'm like, where are you guys coming from? But it's really amazing. Like, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Our persistence, our desire, and this comes to me now, a spirit cannot live outside of a body. When we send signals out, when we think, we're sending signals, which means that's the spirit, but it must go onto somebody else's head because it can't fall to the ground. It must turn to reality. It must become flesh.
Yeah.
So it falls onto another flesh. Everything you think, it pings on somebody that is open to receive and receives your thoughts. And they think it's my thoughts. No, it was Miriam's thoughts.
Yeah.
but they have seen of you, they have heard of you, and all of a sudden it goes ding, ding, ding. Oh yeah, I need to do my eyelashes. And they think it's their desire, but it's yours. Because the spirit that leaves you cannot just roam around. It will find somebody.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so
and I told my kids this, and I said, your mind is a wireless phone.
Mm-hmm. So last week, I had a bit of a situation that happened where I sent you the list of things that I started saying to myself. Mm-hmm. So it was a phone call that I would receive from a client. And last week, I decided to invest in skincare again. And I didn't realize that I made that decision a month ago in the messages that I wrote to myself. And I sat at the academy, and I was about to purchase some equipment, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, I felt really hesitant to buy this. Now I have the money in my hand to purchase it, and I felt a huge resistance. Whereas if I were to purchase something like a puppy or gym equipment or lavish dinners or whatever, I wouldn't think twice about it. So making an investment in myself and my business, I feel like there is or was some sort of blockage or resistance. And in that moment, I said to myself, I release this and I'm going to invest in myself. And so what I did, I said a prayer, and I decided to reach out. I bought the equipment, and then after, I reached out to about 25 of my clients, and I said, hey guys, I'm going to start facials, and I'm adding some new treatments and all of this fun stuff. But I didn't send it. I didn't send it to my clients. I came home, and I had like 3 people message me saying, do you do skincare? Do you know anyone who does facials? And I'm like, what is this? Like, it was really a cool experience that my thoughts started attracting the conversations.
Okay.
I gave you a lot to think about.
No, I see things. I see something else when you speak.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. Everything you desire already exists. Does skincare and facial, is there anybody on this planet that does it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It exists.
Yes.
Are there people that are aware of it? That need it? Yes. Yeah. Everything exists. Yeah, the client exists. The facial treatments exist. Everything is here. So when you prepare this opportunity to receive. So you prepared the material, and the clients, because it's spiritual, you attracted them because you said, I created the opportunity. And the client showed up because you were vibrating in that area.
Yes.
So they began to show up. In essence, you have created a pleasant opportunity. You created a place now where you give to them and they look at you, you giving to them. Yeah. That makes any sense. One of Bob Proctor's coaches said, when I drew on paper, and she showed us the painting, the drawing of her hand. It was like a 3-year-old painting, like a 3-year-old sketches. She put herself on stage with Bob Proctor in a jet. There was a jet, and she imagined for 3 months being on stage with Bob Proctor and flying in a jet with him. While she is in the jet, she's like, oh, she went to the bathroom, taking videos of the bathroom in the jet. She said, oh my God, it looked like one of those 5-star hotels bathrooms. She was so surprised. Here's what she said. I sat there watching Bob giving me this experience. When you see yourself there, you're drawing onto you people that will give you this experience. When you put yourself on stage or your stage or in your salon, you're giving other people the experience. They should look at you and say, huh, she has given me the best experience. That's why clients will talk about you, because they say, oh, I've had the best experience with this girl. So you are setting the stage and you're in the giving.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. So if they would recognize that, they would say, I've watched her give me this beautiful experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the ability to see what you give and what you receive.
Yeah. I also, so that I did the purchase on Friday, and Saturday morning, my first client came in. So I have the equipment in my salon, but it's all boxed and everything. So they don't know what it is, right? And she lies on my bed and I do the procedure for her lashes. And while she's lying on the bed, she asked me, she's like, do you know anyone who does facials? I'm looking for something specific, one for my daughter who has acne and one for myself who I need fillers like that Juvederm look and fine lines, wrinkles, all of that. And I said to her, open your eyes and look to the left. I'm like, I have everything that you need. And she lives in my building. Wow. And she left the salon and she sent 3 clients to me that day. Like she said, she was walking her dog and everyone's asking her, where did you get these lashes done? And she's like, she's in the building. You guys just have to message her.
Wow.
And I've been living here for 2 years. I knew no one here.
That's amazing.